Hello Internet and welcome to a new tutorial. In this video I want to fuel up your gas with the MicroFreak and not by its new user wavetable oscillator. This tutorial was prepared before the release of this new update and thus it's not the focus of the video. Today I want to show you how to make acid with the MicroFreak without touching the filter. Now, before we dive into this tutorial, if you're new to the channel and you like this content, please consider subscribing, leaving a comment, and maybe a thumbs up. And if you want to support the project, you can consider buying my presets on Gumroad or becoming a Patreon. Now, with that said, let's dive into this tutorial. So the first thing that we need to set is the oscillator. For this, I'm going with the 4-month oscillator. Sounds like this. I'll turn off the amp mode in here and thus I'm disconnecting the envelope from the VCA. Now we have this. I'll set the shape of the oscillator for about 60% or so. I'm going to set the timbre for around 75%. And the wave, I'll set it for about 50%. So now we have some sort of a saw wave going through a 4-month filter type of thing. I'll leave the oscillator like so for now, and I'm going to program a really simple sequence using the sequencer of the MicroFreak. Now before that, I'm going to utility, I'm going to preset, and I'll set the scale to harmonic minor, like so, and I'll set the root note to A. Like so, I know I'm playing in the scale of A harmonic minor, and I'm not going to hit any wrong note. Sounds like this. Now, what I'm going to do, I'll set the sequencer's length to 16th depth. By default, it's going to be set to 64, and I have my initialized preset with a default value of 16 steps, like so, which is just easier. Before enabling the sequencer, what I'm going to do in here, I'll set the rate to 147. Now the internal clock of the MicroFreak is set to 147. Now I'll enable the sequencer by hitting Shift Sequencer, like so. Now I'm going to record a new sequence by hitting the record button, like so. Now we have this. It's not the best sequences of the time, but it's here to demonstrate an idea. Now I'll go 1 octave lower, like so. And if I'll play the sequence, we have this. See, we're already having this acid character to the sound. Now I'll modulate the timbre with the first envelope, like so. I'll set the envelope to no sustain, a little bit of decay, like so. I'll take the timbre a little bit lower, like maybe 65%. Perfect. Now, with the LFO, I'm going to modulate the timbre. I'll set it to triangle. I'll set the division to 1 on 8th, 8th on 1. This is really nice. It's slow, so it'll give us a really nice movement. And I'm going to modulate the timbre with it, just like so. Now, by default, my LFO is set to retrigger every time it receives a new note. So I'm going to set that to off. Now we have this. Maybe I'm modulating a little bit too much. Perfect. Now I'm going to modulate the wave with the cyclic envelope to achieve this movement. So it's going to be a really tiny modulation, like so. I'm going to set the rise to like maybe 1 second something, the fall 1 second something too, and let's give it some sustain, like so. And I'm going to hit shift and change the curve of the rise and the fall parameters to create this weird kind of shape. Now we have this. Who thought making acid would have been this easy? Like, we're not even touching the filter. I think this is awesome, and I hope I've fueled up your gas. And yeah, with this is the end of this tutorial. I really hope you've liked it, and yeah, have a great one.